ready to relive this?
Nope.
Thanks for the crickets, by the way.
No worries, brother. That was just for you.
There's still half of them left in that cup if you want some. I might still have a leg or two stuck in my teeth with a few popcorn kernels from last week's movie.
I could not eat a whole cricket. I am on a diet.
Now for our list of 10 things we'd rather do than eat a thing of crickets. Hold
on now. At least 5 things I would rather do than to eat a cricket. Is like my top 5 isn't the greatest caliber of movies. I don't want to watch any of my top 5 again.
But you'd rather eat crickets than sit through the top 5?
Yeah.
They were pretty bad. I mean, I don't know about top 5 on my list bad, but yeah, when you start getting to the bottom 10, that's when you start pondering, this movie or crickets?
Or cricket.
How did you really rank yours? Like, based on anything, based on how much it pisses you off, based on just kind of technical specs, or what?
From 10 through 5, I kind of did that as, I forgot that I saw these movies.
Yeah.
So they obviously didn't bother me as much. So those obviously made my bottom. And then the ones that are still actively in my head that irritated me, or whatever the case may be, those are my top 5. There's 2, 3 of these movies I completely 4 of these movies I forgot I watched.
All of these I totally remembered. In fact, it was pretty hard when I got at number 10. That was pretty hard, because mine is, I at least have to still be passionate about the fact that I didn't like this movie. There's some that are near the bottom. There's some that aren't even on the list that, by technically speaking, should probably be in someone's top 3.
Yeah.
But I at least have to, at this point, give a shit. It still, at least by this point, has to somewhat piss me off in a way, and I've kind of just sort of stopped ranking them by what pisses me off versus technical means, and just gone with my gut. What feels right?
It's kind of ultimately what...
Yeah.
That's what mine has been, at least since we've been doing this. It's just, it just goes with me, there's been obvious number ones, like when I saw Smurfs. That was just
I will say this, number 1 on mine is obvious. It's going to be obvious to anybody who is sitting here watching this what my number 1 is going to be. Real quick,
I'm throwing a curveball on mine.
I know, I'm trying to keep from looking down. Your list is like right there. I'm trying to keep from looking down at it because I want to be surprised. Even though I know every single movie will probably be on here, I just don't know the ranking of them. What did you pick as number 10?
Number 10, I picked To the Wonder.
That I had to remind you that
you had to. That's why I made that little disclaimer.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that I watched that movie. It made no impact on me.
Yeah.
Once you sent me that text of the movies that I watched, it dawned on me then. Oh shit, that's right, I did watch that. Now, if you were to ask me, Jake, what happened in that movie?
We couldn't answer that 5 minutes
we
after
couldn't answer that while we were watching it. What's going on in this? Pretentious, picture, pretentious, done. That's the abridged version. That was actually 4 hours.
It was for the one that's surprisingly under 2 hours.
Yeah, that one was under 2 hours.
What I remember most about To the Wonder is that, honestly, I actually thought it was harder to sit through than Tree of Life. Mainly, and here's why. Because when we saw Tree of Life, we saw it in a theater. We're stuck there. There's no way out. We are here watching this movie. Now, To the Wonder... We watched it at
home, yeah.
Where there's an endless source of things we could possibly be doing at that point.
All kinds of distractions happen.
Yeah. Other than watching To the Wonder. For me, that totally made that. It's not on my list, but that totally made it a harder sit through for me anyway.
Yeah. They were both equally painful for me to watch. I'm not really the type to leave a theater early.
No, me neither.
Just because it's a shitty movie. I mean, It's obvious been doing this crap for
Yeah.
2 years or however long we've been doing this. And
It's been about 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years, and not a single time during any of the crap that I've seen have I walked out of a movie, though we got close.
Yeah.
But, like Tree of Life was so much harder for me to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason it was because I was stuck in one spot.
Oh, okay.
Like, at least, like, with To the Wonder, I can, like, kind of get up, move around, because it's within the comfort of a home.
Yeah.
But when you're in a theater, you can't really get up, move around, smoke a cigarette, do what the fuck ever. You just kind of sit there in one spot, be quiet, because other people are watching it, even if it's infuriating you, watching what's happening on the screen. So for me personally, Tree of Life was a little bit harder to sit through just because I couldn't move.
I can see that. I can see that angle. Yeah. I totally can. Like, with me, I've never walked out of a movie before. I haven't. But I have, sitting at home, shut movies off.
I've
plenty of
all the
times.
time.
That one I couldn't because we were doing it for
We had to do it for the review.
My number 10, this was so hard because I saw quite a number of bad movies this year, and picking number 10, oh my god, was so goddamn hard because it was what is on the list, what makes it on this list, and what am I giving a fucking pass to? So number 10 on mine is Epic. That was the one. God damn it. That movie surprisingly pissed me off. That movie still pisses me off. We were out drinking the other night, and I was still pissed off at that fucking movie.
You sure were.
Jesus fucking Christ. Epic, to me, honestly, more so than Smurfs 2, represents so many fucking things that are wrong with kids' movies today. Because Epic has far more ambition than Smurfs 2 did, but fucks it up with all of the typical tropes that you see in fucking kids' movies. Whether we're talking about pointless celebrity voices, or this movie, above all goddamn kids' movies I saw last year, would never let a moment happen. It would never let any kind of real emotion, real drama happen without those goddamn chucklehead fucking slugs. Were they slugs or were they snails?
There's no shell over her, baby.
Alright.
That makes them slugs.
Yeah, they're fucking hang shell, yeah, whatever the fuck they were saying, and mixed in with the fucking horrible fucking father that girl had, that the movie seemed to be unaware of this fact. And I will admit, I will fully admit that, yeah, I'm sure I was grumpier at this movie because we saw it early in the morning.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't have liked it. Even if I saw it during my regular hours, I still wouldn't have liked this movie. It still might have even made it on my list, but I'm not a morning person, and that was those fucking snail slug shit was just too goddamn fucking much. That's my goddamn number 10.
Number 9 for me was Monsters University.
Ooh.
The
critically acclaimed one.
The critically acclaimed one. Fuck you, critics. I struggled with this. I didn't know if I should really put it on my list. I still had 2 other movies to debate.
So kind of like me with Epic, like, fuck, which fucking one is going on here?
I think the reason Monsters University made my list because I got that goddamn pun shirt at the fucking on the end of the review.
So why isn't it your favorite movie of the year? You got a free shirt out of it, and it provides a solid mystery. We still don't know what Witch and Famous means.
That's a mystery I really don't want to devote any time or attention to, Brad.
I search, you're not gonna find anything. Only thing you're gonna find is that suburban mothers love that shirt. You can find plenty of it at the school dance.
Fucking Witch and Famous. God damn it. There's no context in that shirt. It just says Witch and Famous.
Well, at least there's a broom on it.
There's a broom on it. In case you're confused on which witch they meant.
It's about a famous witch. So obviously it's a Goody Proctor shirt.
Oh my god.
Clear. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's so obvious. I don't know why the hell we didn't see that when we first looked at the shirt. You're a dick.
What else happened in that movie? Because I didn't see Monsters University, but I mean, I watched the review because it had the shirt gag in it, so I had to watch it.
I gotta watch it. Watch. Haha, we're poking the bear and it's fun. Assholes.
Hey, that shirt cost me 50 cents. That and the one I got for Irving, the African urban baseball, whatever the fuck that thing was. Solid $1 purchase that there. What else happened in that movie? I remember you guys didn't like it, but
really the reasoning why it wasn't liked, and looking at it now in hindsight, it seems kind of silly, but it is a little bit of a depressing children's movie. I have to give it a little bit of respect in the sense that it did show that the flip side to the try as hard as you can, you'll succeed coin. Because, Mike Wazowski, he was a bad man in school. He really was. He tried the hardest, he busted his ass, and sorry. Life's a motherfucker, ain't it?
Yeah.
And then we move on. And while now, it's whatever to me. It's fine. See the flip side of the coin. At the time, it was.
The time you guys had to fuck it out at the end.
He's a little tiny, one-eyed monster. He just wants to be the best, and he tries so hard. And no, we got John Goodman being a dickhead to him the entire movie. Like college hazing, kind of like he's the popular one, and Mike's not. Mike's more the studying type, and then opposite attracts kind of thing, and the roommate, whatever. He's still kind of a dick. He's still that jock dick type of monster, the big man on campus, whatever that case may be. So you still want to root for him. Even though you know what's going to happen, he is not going to be the best scarer in that university.
Yeah.
So you're watching this entire movie just feeling really sorry for him, basically. Because, it's a prequel, obviously, so, we learn eventually in the first movie, everything actually works out for Mike Wazowski's benefit, because they learn humor is the best medicine.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that at the time. So you're just watching this man go through college to not get at all what he wants.
It seems like since it's a prequel, too, you probably already knew how it was going to end.
Exactly. You know what is going to happen. Yeah. You know everything that... we've already seen Monsters University, so... that's kind of the problem with a prequel. It's... Especially since they chose that direction to go with it, that they were in college. So, you know what's going to happen. Sully is going to be the head scare. Mike Wazowski is just going to be his platform to let his friend succeed.
I'm just kind of done with Pixar sequels. Of course there's good ones.
Come on, man. What about Jet Setter?
Well, okay. That I'm cool with.
That's my
That's a spin-off.
that's my spin-off to Planes.
Which I would much rather have than the actual sequel to Planes that's coming out.
Wait, what?
There's a Planes 2 coming out. I'm guessing that they made it around the same goddamn time, because I don't see any other reason that movie's getting a sequel. My number 9 is actually a 3-way tie, because they're the same goddamn movie. It's a tie between Movie 43, The Starving Games, and Scary Movie 5. Now, you're probably wondering why these aren't higher on the list, because they're pretty legendarily bad, especially Movie 43. And by all means, if we're strictly talking, just on sheer movie value, and technical specs of the film, sure, they should be higher, but I'm not in any way passionate about how much I hated these movies. These movies, I couldn't even get mad at myself when they were done. At this point, I've seen 100 goddamn movies like this. Now, if these movies had come out 10 years ago, I would have been a lot more pissed off at them. But fucking Starving Games, it's the same fucking movie as Meet the Spartans, epic movie, all of these, it's that again. Scary Movie 5, what the hell do you think it's gonna be? Of course it's fucking Scary Movie 5. Mm-hmm. Sure, if this had been the beginning of this shit parody trend, yeah, these would be farther up on the list. Yeah. Same with Movie 43. Movie 43 is, all it is just a bunch of sketches that are all one joke. That's it. One of them's Terrence Howard coaching the basketball team about how they should be good because they're black and the other team's white. That's it. That's the entire joke. Through the Hugh Jackman one, where he's on a blind date and he's got balls on his chin. That's it. That's the joke. He's got balls on his chin. Which was done way better when they put balls on Butter's chin in the South Park episode. It's a constant reminder of other goddamn things you should be watching. Fucking Starving Games is spoofing it. Here's all you need to know about that. It spoofs the fucking double rainbow guy from YouTube. And Annoying Orange. It spoofs Annoying Orange in the goddamn thing. I guess which was telling me, I guess I could be watching worse things. I could be watching Annoying Orange. Guess I'll keep watching Starving Games. I guess I'll keep
watching this fucking thing.
They're horrible. They're horrible examples of fucking comedy. They are. They were, by and large, some of the worst comedies of the year, and they deserve all the fucking flack that they get, because they're continuing a trend that's goddamn awful. But they're about the 20th version of several movies I've seen, which is why they're farther down than being higher up, because I've got to at least be a little more passionate than this about how much I didn't like them.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you got a point. I mean, how many of these are you going to see that are just rinse, repeat,
yeah,
where you just don't give a fuck?
Exactly, and I gave them one slot because, one, again, like I said, they're all three bad for the same reasons, and also, I'd rather that than give 3 slots to essentially the same fucking movie.
Yeah. Number 8 was The Internship.
They caused you to, for the first time, burn your ticket.
That did cause me to burn my ticket. That movie was so bad.
How much would you have flipped your shit if, when you burned your ticket and threw it out the window, a cop came up and gave you a ticket for
Motherfucker! Here's one ticket for littering, here's one for starting a fire. Here's one because I don't fucking like you, and here's one because you're watching children's movies as a 28-year-old man. Here's your fucking fine.
I seriously would have been like, give me those, I'll take care of it, buddy.
Would you please?
That movie looked like ass. I didn't see it.
Man, like, even when Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn were doing their little buddy tandem comedy thing back in
06, 07.
Yeah, I was going to say
maybe earlier.
Mid 2000s, late 2000s, somewhere in there, not terribly long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, 6-7 years, roughly. This movie would have been bad by those movie standards.
Yeah.
And
I liked Wedding Crashers and a couple of those other ones.
Yeah, there was Wedding Crashers, there was
Starsky and
Hutch. I feel like there's more, but I don't give a fuck at the moment. Mm-hmm. But anywho, during that time frame where Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn were just making movies together, this movie would have just flopped then.
Yeah.
Because it's just really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The concept is that these two, door-to-door salesmen are going to get a job at Google.
Yeah.
To get a job at Google, you have to be really fucking good. Well, really skilled.
They're noogles.
No, shut up. Shut up with the noogles. In order to get a job at Google, you got to be extremely skilled. They're not going to hire these two fuckheads from the street
who according to the trailer, can't work a webcam.
Who can't work a webcam. They don't understand this newfangled internet. They don't.
Yeah.
It's literally these. The door-to-door salesmen get fired by John Goodman, which is unfortunate. John Goodman was only in the movie for 35 seconds.
He's on a movie on my fucking list coming up.
I know, right? Come on, John. What are you doing? And so he fires them. They're fucked. And then one of them was like, "Well, I can get an internship at Google."
Mm-hmm.
And then hilarity ensues. The younger adults that they had working, that they were showing working for Google, are MTI grads.
Yeah.
Are incredibly skilled computer programmers. All the shit that it requires to run Google. Yeah. You know, they pick the best and the brightest. Not these two fucktards from the street.
Yeah.
All right, their interview, they're spouting bullshit. All right, they're like Vince Vaughn is like manipulating the conversation to where they don't actually answer the questions. It's just bullshit is what it is. And they still get the fucking job. They're still completely fucking competent at what they're doing.
Yeah.
Until at the end where they bullshit some franchise, whatever. They win. Of course they fucking win. But still, it's I can't make that jump of logic. I can't make that leap of faith that Google, one of the more powerful companies on the entire planet Earth, is going to hire these two fuckers who know nothing about the internet or the fact that when you're bullshitting somebody, they can pull up their phone, go to Google, search the actual answer, and say, hey, you're a bold-faced liar. Here is the actual truth. That doesn't seem that... They don't comprehend that, and nobody really brings it up in the fucking movie. They do a couple of times, but that's it. Like, you would have thought that on the goddamn interview that maybe somebody would fucking fact-check. And they're at Google. Google these fuckers' names.
A funny joke would have been like if everyone in the movie is using other search engines but Google. They pull it up on Bing, Yahoo, throw in AOL. And
I gotta check my AOL account.
Yeah, like that would have been pretty. That would have been some joke.
Hotmail.
All I remember is from the trailer was a lot of Flashdance references, which made me be like, okay, I would. Yes, I should watch Flashdance other than this movie.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I would like to watch Flashdance.
At number 8, I've got Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Oh,
dude, it was sucked. I mean, it was kind of great, and then it was the first video with the Slaver Brian joke popped up in, so I guess because of that, I'm glad that.
See, that shouldn't even be in your list. That brought us so much joy.
Granted, if I'm basing this list on whether or not Slaver Brian got mentioned, it wouldn't be any fucking movie. That was the first movie we saw last year. Oh my god, this movie fucking bills itself as the first direct sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which won bullshit. And it doesn't even know that it takes place that the first one took place in 1974. According to this movie, the events of the first film take place in the late 80s, early 90s. Even though the poster says back in 1974. Because a little fucking baby is found at the crime scene, which now suddenly involved like 20 fucking people at the end of the first movie. She's put into adoption 20 years later, the present. This movie really confused a lot of us watching it. It seriously did. Like, I sat there like, is this supposed to be taking place, like, in the early 90s, late 80s? Because that's what fucking makes sense.
Yeah.
But you knew they were trying to bullshit. This movie is not made by hardcore fans. It's made by people who have seen it, sure, but they're not hardcore fans because a hardcore fan wouldn't fucking make this goddamn movie. Every time it shows a date in the film, the date's obscured. Like a headstone from the characters at the beginning, the date's obscured on it.
19.
Yeah, medical records will show everything but the year. But the year. It'll show the month and the day, not the goddamn year. And according to this movie, being a cannibalistic serial killer is way better than just being a vigilante. The villains in this movie are the vigilante cops who killed the family members at the beginning of this movie that picks up from the first one.
Right.
And the vigilante cops are the villains of this film.
Wow.
They are the villains.
Wow.
And this is the rest I'm going to say about it. At the end, when Leatherface is facing off against the fucking vigilante cop, his cousin, who's the main girl in the movie, throws him the chainsaw and says, "Do your thing, cuz." and he kills him, and then the cop, the good cop, is like, all right, now you take him back home. You keep an eye on him. This fucking happens in this goddamn movie. I'm dead serious.
All right, little lady, you keep your eye on that boy. I don't want to see him out in town causing trouble.
That's why she got the will to the house, is because his previous caretaker died, and he had no one to look after him. It's dude, it's fucking horrible. It's so goddamn bad. It's like 2 notches higher on my list than it was on Brian's. Brian's, it was only like number 10.
Oh. Epic.
Nice. I concur.
I agree. It was just really bad. Like, the setup to that, the fact that we had to watch that, the butt crack of 10:30, which is early, fuck you there in internet land. Just everything, like, hey buddy, we gotta go see Epic. Okay. Hey, we gotta go see it at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
We gotta see it with the audience, you know.
Oh, yeah,
get the full experience.
Yeah, to get the full experience. And then we saw it.
And oh no.
Oh man.
It was just what the longer trailers showed us.
Exactly what I thought of. Shit. And then you get into it and it's like I said in the review, like when I very first saw the trailers for Epic, I was a little excited because it looked fun at least, you know, because they had like they were just doing the cinematic shots of going through the trees in 3D and the music and whatnot. It's like, oh, okay, I can kind of get behind this. And then here comes the second round of trailers.
When they start talking.
When they start talking and you start seeing a little bit more of the movie, and it's...
so it's gonna
there goes those expectations. Those were shot out. And then we get there, and then we watch it. And boy, it was so bad.
I was shocked. Like, not to repeat myself, but I was shocked.
Like I knew it was going to be dumb.
Yeah.
I knew it. I know pretty much every movie that I'm going to go see, besides maybe the 1 or 2 that I get a year, are going to be dumb.
Yeah.
They're going to be dumb. There's a reason I'm going to go see this. It's probably not going to be good. So like every movie I go into nowadays, that's always in the back of my head.
Well, this is going to be stupid.
Well, this is going to be stupid. And then that way, at least when it's good, you're pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
At least I am. It's like, alright.
Like Frozen.
Yeah, like Frozen. I went in there like, that short with the snowman and the eyes, and I was like, this looks so fucking stupid. And then I saw it, I was very surprised.
Me too.
Very pleasantly surprised.
A movie we saw in the morning, and probably the same time we saw Epic, so that proves right there that there are more reasons we didn't
There
like
are more
Epic.
reasons than the fact that we had to wake up at the butt crack at 10:30.
Yeah.
There are more reasons behind this, and it's, like, for me, like, the slugs just made it so hard for me to watch this movie. And for exactly the same reason that you said. It would not establish atmosphere. It would not establish the mood of the context of what's going on. So when something serious is happening, it'll start to go serious for a second, and then cut to the slugs that would just say something somewhat off color. I'm not even going to say fucking funny, because what they're saying is not funny. It's just
look at my eyeballs, dude.
Yeah, it's like it's just off the wall. Like, okay, that's kind of out there, and it's like that was dumb. And then they try to take you back into the serious thing, but you're so gone from the stupid-ass slugs that they just end the seriousness right then and there.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next scene.
Yeah.
Let's do sad. Slugs. Why are they sad? What are those slugs? Okay, now we're on to a new emotion. Like, it jumps from all that. It doesn't establish anything. It's a poor execution.
Yeah.
And it's really because of those two characters.
It is. It's...
don't get me wrong, there's other weak spots.
There are.
There are other weak spots.
Without those slugs...
It would have been tolerable, I felt.
It would have been it wouldn't have made my list of the worst if those slugs weren't in it. It would have been, at the most, it would have been mediocre, probably, without the slugs. I mean, I wouldn't have loved it. I would have had other problems with it, the same ones that I do have with it, other than the slugs, but it really is just that one thing that really fucking pissed me off to the point of getting mad at it.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to is that. Like, it's so irritating to watch a movie. I mean, it's a movie. It's supposed to elicit that type of emotion, depending on the scene and within the context of the film. So it's doing its job. It's supposed to elicit emotion from you. That's why we fucking watch movies to begin with.
Even which I love this movie, but even the genie in Aladdin knows when to make a moment fucking happen. That's what a good comic relief is.
That's what a good comic relief does. You know, it was a mediocre at best children's movie that was even further demolished by the fact of those comic relief slugs that just take you out of the entire movie every time they're doing something stupid, which turns out is the whole movie.
And they should have been replaced by, what was the one thing that we liked? Wasn't there like a pimp frog in it or something like that?
It was the Gangster Frog.
Gangster Frog. Why was it fucking Gangster Frog in the rest
Gangster Frog ended up like, he was in it for like 3 minutes and then he
just left. Bring that guy back. I kind of like that guy.
Yeah, it's Gangster Frog. I remember Gangster Frog.
Oh man, okay, my number 7 is fucking Lone Ranger. That was hard to sit through. That was big.
Why didn't you like Captain Jack as an Indian?
You know, that was... I have a lot of problems with this movie. I don't even know if that was the worst thing about it. There are so many awful things about this goddamn movie. Like, my problem with Tonto in it, it's not really so much how he's played, or even that it's Johnny Depp playing him. I mean, yeah, he's wacky in it, and he's slapsticky, but he's not doing a Captain Jack impression. He's just playing another quirky character in another Bruckheimer, Gore Verbinski movie. But, one, the fact that they've made him the lead in it, in The Lone Ranger, he's the lead in this fucking thing. The movie bookends with him. It's him telling the story. It's pretty much his point of view. The plot itself is ripped off directly from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And the Lone Ranger himself is the biggest ninny of an action lead I've seen in goddamn years. The fucking kid from Cop and a Half is a better fucking action hero than how they've written the Lone Ranger in this film. He's the biggest puss. I like Armie Hammer just fine. I'm strictly talking about how this character is written, because this is exactly how the character is written. As just the biggest pussy you've ever seen in your... Clinton Spilsbury from the 80s version was better than this. And he was so bad, that's literally the only movie he's been in. And he had to be dubbed by James Keach. And also... It's 2.5 goddamn hours long.
Wow.
It's too goddamn fucking long. It got interesting in the last 20 minutes when there was a big train chase action sequence that was actually pretty cheesy and jovial and fun and energetic. 2 hours too goddamn fucking late when this happens. Earlier in the movie, there was slapstick that was going on concurrently with a genocide. Like, it was weird. And then there's God bless him, he was the best part of the goddamn movie. There's Bill Fichtner, who's amazing, of course, even in a big piece of shit like this, is amazing. Because even in a fucking Disney movie, he literally rips a guy's heart out of his chest and eats it. I'm in the theater like, wow! Okay, Disney, it's that kind of Disney movie, huh? Whew, let's bring back some Temple of Doom PG, fuck yeah.
About time!
Like, that was just so whiplash in this movie, because at least fucking Temple of Doom is consistently dark.
Yeah.
It was just too goddamn it honestly was too goddamn long. It was so fucking tedious. It was a chore to sit through. Like, it is a prototypical modern day Hollywood over-budgeted train wreck. That's what this fucking movie is. I would say it's like... I don't want to say it's like the Waterworld of its time, because I like Waterworld. And plus, movies are so expensive nowadays, we have a new Waterworld of its time every fucking year.
Yeah.
So, stay home and watch Waterworld. That's what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. Stay home and watch Waterworld.
Just put on Waterworld.
Just fucking put on Waterworld. It's expensive,
you want to.
but it's fun. This movie's expensive and is a literal goddamn fucking train wreck.
R.I.P.D.
Oh man.
Waste of motherfucking time. That still irritates me.
That's the one I'm the most apologetic for.
That was the one where I was doing you a solid.
He was.
I don't remember who was supposed to see that.
There were like 3 movies that night.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
It was like 6 of us were at the movie theater, and you really did me a solid for that, and it just happened to be a piece of shit.
It just happened to be just... Oh, this is so bad. Like, it's MIB with Ghost without any of the MIB charm.
Yeah.
There's no charm in this. Like, even, it was movie number 2 of Ryan Reynolds that I saw.
Oh, okay, I remember the other one. All right, yeah.
Yeah. It was number 2 of the Ryan Reynolds movies that I saw. At least this one was better than the other Ryan Reynolds movie I saw.
How was Kevin Bacon in this? He was in none of the trailers, and if I knew
he was
Kevin
the bad guy.
I knew he was the bad guy. I remember you guys talking about that in the review. If Kevin Bacon was actually in the trailers for this thing,
yeah, you probably would have won. It's Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I'd be like, Kevin Bacon, Jeff Bridges? All right. Apparently that did not save this goddamn movie.
It really didn't. Jeff did all right, I guess. Mm-hmm. But his character just kind of
was a little too much.
Grates after a while.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those... He was like an over gung-ho 1980s cowboy.
Oh, like an 1880s
Excuse me, 18.
He was the urban cowboy?
He was the urban cowboy. Wrong cowboy. I meant 1800s. My apologies.
He's an old-timey Western gunslinger.
Yeah, who's just brash and, yeehaw kind of.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but he was too over the top, and he was too over the top too many times.
Okay.
For it to be an enjoyable type. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
It makes sense because as I love Jeff Bridges. I do. Jeff Bridges alone can save a movie. I kind of got that vibe from that trailer.
Yeah,
when I saw the trailer.
Like he's phoning it in a little bit. Like he was having fun, but not that much fun.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Reynolds was
Ryan Reynolds. He just, I don't hate Ryan Reynolds.
I don't either.
Man, he can't catch a break.
He really can't.
God damn it.
He really cannot catch a break. The poor man. I like him.
I do.
I loved him in Van Wilder. That's kind of what made me fall in love with him to begin with.
Van Wilder, Smokin' Aces. I know there's some other ones that I
heard a little bit of his stand-up back when he was doing that.
Yeah,
before Dane Cook just completely took it over.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dane.
Yeah, good point. He has good comedic timing.
He really does. I don't mind him at all. I really don't.
Yeah.
But man, bring a friend with you, Ryan, the next time you're looking over a script.
Uh-huh.
Like that good friend be like, no.
Yeah.
It's okay to turn down a paycheck every now and again, buddy. It's
God damn it.
Because
between that and the Green Lantern and
that Green Lantern and staring at the other one, it's anywho, the movie itself, it's a colossal waste of
Will you correctly
time.
you correctly predicted it too in the video when I think Jillian at one point said, like, well, you know, we just gotta wait if a sequel comes out. And you just cut her off, just like, no, there is not going to be any sequel to this. There's not going to be any follow-up, any fucking spin-off. It was one of the biggest bombs of the year. Like, it cost over $100 million because every fucking thing does nowadays.
Does, yeah.
And it didn't quite match that at the box office.
No,
I've got as my number 6, Hangover 3 with John Goodman. That's the John Goodman one on my list.
No, John Goodman, come on, man.
Hangover 3 sucks. It is technically more well-made than Movie 43 and those other movies that I mentioned. This one's higher on the list. It just annoyed me so much goddamn more. God damn it, it pissed me off so much more. And I can, as bad as those other comedies were, I can, in all 3 of them, quite honestly, at least think of a moment where I would have gone like that. This did not even have that. I did not laugh once in this goddamn thing. It was, but God bless it was a packed house when we saw this. God bless the audience, they had fun. They had the time of their lives. They were literally, they literally laughed at every joke, and beyond that, were laughing at parts that weren't jokes, that were not intended to be laughing moments in the movie. And Brian and I did almost get our asses kicked.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because we were so... Honestly, we weren't laughing any differently than anyone else were in the theater. It got to the point where we were kind of fake laughing, and that's how we sounded. But a couple of the guys behind us, I guess, were kind of like, yeah, I don't think that laughter's genuine, bro. Apparently fake Josh is sitting behind us, is going to dunk a fucking Coors Light on our heads. So, they didn't say anything to us.
Please tell me that's what they said.
Apparently, not to us. They said it to Letty. Or not to Letty. Letty just overheard it. Because when the movie ended, Brian and I were like, here, fuck this. We walked out. Letty was behind us, and she, I guess, or maybe Brian and I went to the bathroom, and she just overheard, you just gotta think they're real fucking funny. But I don't think their laughter was fucking genuine, bro. They sounded like they were faking it. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, bro? Do you think they genuinely thought the Skittles joke was as funny as we did? So, it gave us a good story, quite honestly. And we got done with the review, and Letty was like, I think I see their truck still over at the end of the goddamn waiting for us.
Hey, bro, we're here to talk to you about that ingenuine laugh, bro.
Bring it over, bro. We're gonna have a cold one. I'm gonna tell you exactly why you're wrong about this movie, broski.
No, I'm good.
Apparently they were still parked at the other end, but we couldn't fucking see anybody, so I don't know if they were, jacking each other off. I have no fucking idea what the fuck was going on in the corner of the goddamn parking lot. They stayed. We were like, I don't know, maybe we should leave. And we took off.
Alright, in their defense, they were in the parking lot afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were also in the parking lot afterwards.
Yeah, but I'm not waiting to kick someone's ass.
Well, how do you know that's what they were doing? Maybe they were doing a bro review. Alright? Maybe they were doing a bro review.
Oh my god, I hope so.
I would in their big ass dually truck, they're doing a bro review of the Hangover 3. We just haven't found it yet.
Oh, I'm fucking looking for that Hangover 3 bro
review. The bro review. Yo bro, Hangover 3. The tits, bro.
I would watch that.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
And I wouldn't judge. I would be hey, you know what? They had a good time. Because a movie like Hangover 3, it exists to go to and to have a good time. I so fucking didn't at all. I did not laugh once. I thought it was poorly written. I thought it was poorly structured and completely goddamn unnecessary. If you're in that audience and you had a good time, then clearly you had a good time. I will not fucking take that away from you.
Enjoy your good time.
Go for it, man. It's all yours. You're much nicer to me than the Man of Steel crowd was.
You pissed those comic book nerds off so bad.
And, well, I gotta save it because I'll be getting to that in a little bit.
Yeah, Turbo. Snail is fast.
The snail is fast. The snail is fast. The snail is fast.
That's all I fucking remember from
Why the
that.
fuck didn't that get a nomination for Best Song at the Oscars? I know it was on the short list for it.
That Snail is Fast song?
Yeah.
That is what our music has degenerated to.
Well, it didn't get the nomination, but it was
the fact that it was considered, and all it is saying
The
that
snail's fast.
snail
Fast.
is fast over and over and over again. This is where the music. This is what popular music is. Is this
But you get to listen to the song
over and over again to
and-
the same stupid beat?
and it tells you exactly what the movie's about.
It's a fast fucking.
That movie was dumb.
That movie is really dumb.
It didn't make mine because I left that theater just kind of like, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was dumb and whatever, but I don't know. There was nothing about it that really pissed me off or offended me or anything like that. But it was, it wasn't easy to sit through.
Actually, now
On a second thought, I love this movie.
on a second thought, this movie was great. No, I'm sorry. Ryan Reynolds was the voice in Turbo, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was Turbo.
Yeah, I thought so. Back to back. Well done, Ryan.
Again, better agent, man.
Come on, dude.
Seriously.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
Are you hurting for money that bad? Like, I got $20.
Yeah, you don't have to do Turbo.
You don't have to do Turbo or not Warm Bodies. You were not in that. You dodged that bullet. Or RIPD is what I meant to say. But as far as Turbo is concerned,
The snail's fast.
the snail's fast. I literally remember nothing else about that movie other than the snail is fast.
I remember the tagline. He's fast, they're furious.
They're furious. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
The concept was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
The angry race between the snail and that.
Oh, I forgot about that. He's trying to murder him at the end of the movie.
The snail, and like, this has just gotten really fucking weird now.
Like, I don't think you can kill the other contestants.
Yeah, like he actually is. He's a contestant now
Mm-hmm.
in this make-believe world where snails can drive any car or race any
Yeah.
cars, or NASCARs, whatever the fuck it was. Who cares? Fast cars. Yeah, he just genuinely starts trying to kill Turbo. What's Turbo's real name? I remember that kid.
There's the kid in the audience
The kid
that
in
said,
the
why are they...
audience.
Theo.
Theo, that's what
Why
it
are
was.
they calling him Theo?
Why are they calling him Theo? His name's Turbo. I agree with you, kid. The marquee says Turbo. Why are you calling this little prick Theo?
Or when we walked in there, the kid's like, wow, are you guys here to see Turbo too? Like, yeah, we are,
We
man.
are, little man. We sure are.
He obviously recognizes us.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to do my job for the review. I'm not here to do autographs or sign anything. You're in the age bracket of my fan base. Fucking apparently.
Wow, Angry Jake.
Wow, you are 8 years old. You should not be watching those reviews, kid. Every fucking con, my biggest fan base are like 8-year-old boys. Like, wow.
How about that? What was one con 8-year-old came up to me and said, Cinema Snob, oh my god, I love E.T. the porno. Like, at least with you, you're talking about kids'
I'm talking
movies,
about kids' movies, so yes. But after about 10 minutes into any of my reviews, after I say fuck about 455 times,
yeah.
Right around there is when it should be like, all right, maybe, as an adult, as a parent, you stop that.
If my mom asks me if I want to see Turbo, I'm going to say, fuck no, bitch.
I'm going to say, fuck you, you dirty skank.
And with Turbo, it just wasn't funny. Like, that was, at the end of the day, that's what that movie was.
At the end of the day, it was a failed project. It wasn't funny. It wasn't endearing. It wasn't charming. It wasn't cute. It was, here's a paycheck.
Yeah, it
It was
was
another one of those
This is a dumb idea movie. Let's think of the stupidest fucking thing we could think
Yeah,
of. Let's
like
make it animated.
Let's make it animated. A snail wants to be a race car driver. Fucking make it happen.
Yeah, We'll give it a celebrity cast for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
We'll throw references to Fast and the Furious in there.
A bunch of people who don't need to be in this.
My number 5 is Paranoia. The Harrison Ford Paranoia.
Oh, dude, Paranoia made my number 1, but I like the Harrison Ford.
Man, that fucking movie. I can't even say this. The movie was... It was a corporate espionage thriller about cell phone companies. It was like The Departed, if The Departed weren't about gangsters, but about cell phone companies. That's the goddamn fucking movie.
Really?
Yes! It's fucking Liam Hemsworth gets in trouble for taking the business company card out and having a party. So instead of arresting him, Gary Oldman, who is his boss at a large cell phone company, hires Liam Hemsworth to go undercover at the competing company that Harrison Ford is running so that Liam Hemsworth can find out what their brand new phone is so that Gary Oldman and his company can release it first. And it is fucking deadly. Like, they send, like, hitmen after him. There's gunfights, shootout. When he sneaks into the fucking... the building at the end to break into the vault to find the cell phone, it shows the security guards saying, "We need to take him down at all costs." And it's serious. It's played serious. This is not a comedy. It is not self-aware in any way, shape, or form. It is the single dumbest thriller I've seen in fucking years. Like this, even if this... First of all, it plays like a fucking movie that would have come out in the mid-90s, along with, like, The Net or Johnny Mnemonic or stuff like that. But it is... Those movies are way better than this goddamn fucking thing. And those movies are dated as shit.
Yeah.
Then this movie has no goddamn fucking excuse at all. Like, and Liam Hemsworth as the lead is so goddamn terrible that they have to surround him with one of the best supporting casts I've seen all year. Harrison Ford, Gary Oldman, Richard Dreyfuss, Josh Holloway, Julian McMahon plays the Hitman. What the fuck?
Wow.
I was the only one in that theater for the first half. After about 45 minutes, this old lady walked in and sat down and just played on her phone the entire time. So I'm assuming she was just waiting for another movie to get out, but fuck. I had to see 2 movies that day. It was Paranoia, instantly followed up with Mortal Instruments, The City of Bones. Like, this movie was even worse than that. At least Mortal Instruments was kind of hilarious. Like, this was... I cannot believe this movie was released to theaters. Like, it's insane that this movie got released to so many goddamn theaters. Like, it didn't even crack the fucking top 12 at the box office. This thing bombed as shit.
Freebirds. Now, the reason why Freebirds is number 4, 2 reasons. 1, that movie was stupid. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching it like, this is, even by stupid kids' movies, this is atrocious.
Yeah.
The issue I have is the fact that Woody Harrelson, his character's name is Jake, which I talked about in the review. A young male turkey is named Jake, an adult is a Tom.
I honestly didn't know that until this movie.
A lot of people didn't. I educated a lot of people.
Yeah, I learned something after
all kinds of people
review.
learned that. And here's the second reason why I don't like that movie. And it coincides with a State Farm commercial that I also don't like anymore.
Yeah.
The character's name is Jake.
Uh-huh.
There's a State Farm commercial that involves a character named Jake.
Yeah.
Jake from State Farm. Everywhere I go, where I have to put my name down, like, for example, I grabbed some McDonald's before I came over to do this.
Yeah.
I drove inside because my window doesn't work in my car. So I go inside, I place my order. Can I have your name, please? My name is Jake. Oh, you mean Jake like State Farm?
Really?
Everywhere.
Really? Everywhere. I don't even know that commercial. You know what? I'm sure I've seen it,
it's
but
the khakis one where the dude's like talking on the phone to somebody and the wife interrupts and grabs it.
And
he's like, I'm talking to my State Farm agent.
She sounds sexy.
Yeah.
That one.
No, she sounds hideous.
She's
that commercial.
Okay, I didn't realize his name was Jake.
Jake from State Farm.
Okay.
People say that little thing all the fucking time.
Okay.
And at this McDonald's I was at right before I got here, the little 18-year-old girl who took my order, who was flirting with me, like she did that. It's like Jake was saying, "Yeah, you're sweet. Shut up and ring up my food." And then, so she did her thing, you know, I laughed it off. Like, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm that one Jake from State Farm, and it's me. Filled up my goddamn soda. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't fill up my soda because they didn't give it to me. Stepped away. They brought my food up. The lady who was bringing my food up looked at the ticket and went, Jake. Oh, you mean like Jake from State Farm?
Wow. I had no idea this was that popular of a character.
Apparently this character is the shit. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And that commercial in that movie doing the same things because there are people who have seen Freebirds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hi, my name is Jake. Oh, you're like the big turkey from Freebirds.
The big turkey.
No, not like the big turkey from Freebirds.
You must love Freebirds. That sucks.
It really does.
That really sucks.
Like, I had to be the Smurfs dude. I had to go through the Madagascar
guy.
fucking thing.
I recognize you.
You're the Madagascar. Fuck. Like, the Angry Jake thing, I kind of adopted that as my own. You know, that's fine. I don't mind that. But the fucking Smurfs Jake, that irritates me.
Yeah.
Madagascar Jake, suck my dick. Mm-hmm. Now I'm getting Jake from State Farm and Big Turkey. Okay, oh, you're like that Big Turkey Jake. Come on. Like,
that sucks.
Jake has been one of the most popular boys' names since the year before I was born, 1984. I believe it was number one. The year I was born, it was number one. It's been the number one boys' name for a long fucking time. I am not the only goddamn person who is named Jake on the fucking planet, people. I'm not.
John Wayne made a movie called Big Jake.
Big Jake. Hell yeah. Why don't we ever call me that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're Big Jake. Hell yeah, like John Wayne movie. Exactly. No,
that would be awesome.
Jake from fucking State Farm
Jake.
Or Big Turkey Jake.
Big Turkey. Wow. Jesus Christ. Obviously, they don't know you if they're calling that to your face.
They don't know me. Wow, you're lucky I don't feel like going to fucking prison today.
That sucks.
You're lucky I have calmed down at my old fucking age, or I would have choked the shit out of you.
That movie looked like... When I saw the trailer for that, it was kind of like when I saw the trailer for The Nut Job, where I was kind of like, I don't know, like, I mean, it could be really bad, but...
I was going to go ahead and stop you right there.
Yeah. Oh,
it was bad.
That it was bad?
There are ways that you could tell, at least I personally could tell, just by looking at the trailers. Besides, there's been a few that I've mentioned that, flipped the script on me, whether it be negative or positive.
Yeah.
But usually on a kid's movie, you can tell, like, on that first trailer, the first teaser that they give you, whether or not, like, you think you can at least sit through it.
Yeah.
And when I saw Freebirds, the concept of two turkeys going in time to stop the first Thanksgiving so they don't serve turkey. They didn't serve turkey on the first Thanksgiving. So it makes... Like, they had that disclaimer.
Yeah.
They actually had to put the disclaimer before the fucking movie started. It was like, hey, this isn't historically accurate.
Oh,
well, no
thank
fucking
you.
shit.
Oh, man.
Like, are you guys getting mad because this is not historically accurate? This is just supposed to be a movie. But you don't send the turkeys to go back in time to stop something that never fucking happened. At least other time travel movies, there's a reason why they go back in time. You know, at least the reason makes sense. These turkeys want to go back to stop the first turkey from ever being served on the first Thanksgiving when the first turkey was not served
Yeah.
On the first Thanksgiving, there was no turkey involved.
Now they serve pizza, right?
Yeah, it's fucking pizza.
And
we all get, that's great, so now on Thanksgiving Day, apparently in this new fucking universe, if this were to have fucking happened, if these two jackass turkeys went through history and fucked everything up, now that means not only do I have to fucking work on Thanksgiving Day, that means I have to deliver a bunch of fucking turkeys some goddamn pizza. That's really going to piss me off.
And my thing too was like, oh, great. So we're eating for Thanksgiving what I have like once a week. Great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Woo.
And my thing was kind of like, when I saw the trailers, of course I was like, well, that looks stupid. But like and it was kind of the same with the nut job too. If it really kind of embraces how dumb it is and kind of plays off of that, I don't know, maybe. Nutjob didn't do that, and I'm guessing this movie did.
Freebirds did not pull off the tongue-in-cheek humor.
Yeah.
Because there was no tongue-in-cheek humor.
Yeah.
Like in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm aware it's full of puns. There's puns every, 45 seconds in that movie. They are hitting you with puns, but they are incredibly aware of the fact.
Yeah.
They're aware, they're very self-aware of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which immediately makes it more humorous for me, because they're kind of making fun of themselves in the entire thing while they're still making an entertaining movie. It's a little difficult to do. Cloudy did it well.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This one took itself too seriously.
Yeah.
In the sense that a kid's movie can't take itself seriously. I just realized this is Owen Wilson number fucking 2 that's on my... I just realized that too. Now, fuck you, Owen. You don't get the same nod that Ryan Reynolds gets. I still like Ryan. He's still got hope. He's got that movie. Just hold on to Ryan, all right? He's going to make that movie where everybody falls in love with him again. He's got it coming. I believe this. I know this is going to happen. Owen Wilson, no.
Yeah, I think it's going to... I don't know, he still has Wes Anderson to fall back on.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, number 4. I've got, okay. All right. Here it comes. It's fucking Man of Steel.
Boo!
Do I even have to fucking say anything? It doesn't matter what I fucking say. The really hard... I'm not talking about the entire fan base. I'm talking about, the really hardcore people have already made up their minds what I'm gonna say.
Oh, en masse, too.
Yeah. And are gonna tell me what I'm wrong about based on points I didn't even fucking make about the goddamn movie. What do you want me to say? You want me to say I hated it because I saw it at fucking midnight? You want me to say I hated it because apparently I thought it was going to be the Richard Donner movie? You want to say I hated it because it was dark? None of those fucking things are goddamn true. Here's why I didn't fucking like the movie. Alright, first off, I don't have a problem with the fact that this movie is dark. I've got nothing against a dark Superman. I don't. I'm not a hardcore comic book guy.
Actually, I can get behind a dark Superman more than I could a movie involving what the general population thinks of Superman. The 1950s, the Boy Scout, I want it's gotten to a point where all right, Superman, it's time to get dark again. Snap, like you did in the comic books, and try to blow up the planet and have Batman punch you in the mouth. I'm cool with that. Superman is fine when he's dark. I actually prefer Superman when he's dark because, to be honest with you, the comic book character Superman, I fucking hate him.
I don't have any hatred for Superman.
Hate Superman.
I don't have any hatred for Superman, but it's not like it's... I have no hatred for it, but it's not like it's something that I hold dear to the extent to where I'm instantly upset when something different happens. That's certainly not the case at all. I think that you can have plenty of room for interpretation on most things, quite honestly. I have no problem with the fact that this movie is dark. And in terms of the whole Superman killing a guy at the end of it, my issue with that isn't necessarily that it's showing Superman killing somebody, because again, I'm not hardcore into the comic books, and fuck. I mean, my favorite Batman movie is '89 Batman, where Batman is essentially the Punisher.
He really is.
Like, I love that shit. Like, I was sitting in the theater as a kid, like, so Batman killed Johnny
So Batman
Cobbs.
is killing people now?
Yeah, he chucked him off the roof. All right.
All right, I can get behind this. Yeah, Batman. Let's do this.
So it's not that, it's how it was done. It's how it was written. I like movies about characters. I like movies with some kind of soul, some kind of heart. And I've seen other Superman movies that do that. Well, even the bad Superman movies, there were still characters. There was still some kind of a soul to it. In this one, you could just write... This movie has the characterization of a 2-paragraph synopsis. We know she's Lois Lane because she's called Lois Lane. We know he's Clark Kent because he's called Clark Kent. We know he's Pa Kent because that's what they fucking call him, even though I've got some issues with that particular character. Again, not because it changes anything, just because it's how it's interpreted. That here's a guy who's saying, I don't know, you probably should have killed that bus full of kids. And the Lois Lane stuff, it's just, the whole movie is exposition. That's it. It's an entire movie of exposition dialogue where no one is allowed to be an actual goddamn person, an actual fleshed out, 3-dimensional fucking character. It's all about exposition. It's all about what is the next fucking action sequence that's going to happen. And then when it is, that entire end... Have you seen the movie?
No.
Okay. The entire climax is how not to do that kind of sequence, which was straight out disaster porn. I'm sorry. It was. This is a movie where Superman flies a dude into a working gas station that blows up.
Wow.
Look the scene up, like, just seriously look the scene up. Like, I've had people say, like, oh no, the people could have left the gas station before that happened. No, look at the fucking scene. They fly at that thing like a bullet out of the fucking, where no one would have seen them coming, out of the fucking fields, crash into this thing and blow it up. Like, Superman is flying. He just does not give a shit about collateral damage in this fucking movie. He gives no fucks about. I'm sorry. That's where okay, the movie lost me way before then, but in this kind of... I'm sorry. I'm not buying Superman doing this shit. I'm not. This is too much of a leap, even for me. Even for me, when I've seen Superman deliberately go higher up into the sky to finish a fight so collateral damage is not caused. Like, I'm taking this away from... Let's get this fuck away from the city. And no, you cannot convince me that that city was evacuated. You know how fucking long it takes to evacuate a goddamn city? I'm sorry. Like 100,000 goddamn people fucking lost their lives in that fucking shit.
Like, at least.
This is how, and you can compare it to the finale of the Avengers all you want. No. Just because it worked in one movie does not mean that it's automatically going to work in one movie. And in the Avengers, they were containing that shit. They were working together to make sure that that the kind of shit that happens in this movie was not going to happen. This movie has an open mouth kiss in a crater that used to be a goddamn city. And in terms of Superman killing a guy at the end of it, here's where it loses me. Because it's not that he does it, okay? Because I know you've already have your pre-written out, oh, but he did it in the comics. First of all, okay, he did it in the comics. I've seen a Batman comic where Batman turns into a 3-year-old kid. You gonna tell me that would have worked in The Dark Knight?
Well...
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like little 3-year-old baby.
Yeah, okay. That would have been something in that movie.
I'm going to take your toy, Batman.
You deserve a spanking, Batman. Fuck. This movie's stupid.
No. I am really getting behind this Batman.
God damn it. The Dark Knight trilogy did the equivalent of emo Peter Parker dancing. So, when he killed... It wasn't... Again, it was how it was written. If he wanted to kill somebody, fine, just write it well. In this fucking movie, if he's gonna kill him, he kills him in it, so essentially he doesn't kill 4 people that are standing in Union Station in Chicago. I've seen the exact spot where this is. In the movie, these characters easily could have just ran out of the way. Superman easily could have put his hand in front of dude's face to block what he did. And if he's gonna kill him in that instance, I was sitting there, I wasn't mad that he killed somebody, I was mad he didn't do it sooner. In order to stop him from killing millions of people that he does in this movie.
That is actually the reason why I don't like Superman as even as a concept of Superman. Here's why I don't like him. There's been 2 reasons, at least in my personal history, why I never liked Superman. Number 1, I always felt like Superman's powers to me is the equivalent of playing with a really bratty kid when you're young on the playground. All right, and I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're pretend gunfight, right? Pew, 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 pew. He is that kid that when you go, pew, I got you. Nuh-uh, because I had this invisible blah, blah, blah that shielded me. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, I did this. Nuh-uh, I have. Like, Superman is that nuh-uh kid. Like, Superman has laser beams, super hearing, super intelligence, super strength, super dick, just everything about this motherfucker is heightened. Like, everything.
Yeah.
And his only vulnerability is the little shiny rock.
Yeah,
which
kryptonite.
is kryptonite. Fine. That's great. But unless you have this little rock that's from a planet, doesn't exist anymore, he's a god. He is a fucking god, is what he is. And he's arrogant. He's extremely arrogant. He just comes across as the Boy Scout, like, oh, I'm just here to help. No, you're not, you fucking prick. You're an arrogant asshole. And I'm going to tell you why you're an arrogant asshole. Superman, he thinks he's better than everybody else.
Well, when I've seen Superman do well in movies as a character, it's because he's written, not that he's not written to be kind of what you said, even though I'm not pretending to be an expert on the character here, but when I've seen the character work, he works very well when he's writing off of charisma. Christopher Reeve's incredibly charismatic. I thought Brandon Routh was charismatic as the character. I mean, he was basically doing a Christopher Reeve impression, but I thought he did it. I thought he did it well, which was fine. He's literally playing the same incarnation as Superman, but that movie had some issues. But other than that, you can make Superman work when you have someone really charismatic doing it, someone who's charming, someone who can easily kind of carry through the movie. This movie. Well, not only did have zero charisma to speak of whatsoever. I don't know if that's because of the script or because of the actor. I don't know. Maybe it could be a little bit of both. I don't know. But in this one, though, it also came down to the fact that all of this is happening. All of this horrible things that are happening is because Superman was sent to Earth. Like, if he wasn't there, like, none of this shit would be fucking happening. Like, at all. Like, so many people would not be crushed under an entire flattened city. And it was all of that destruction porn in this goddamn thing was almost worth it for the part that, if it was self-aware, it's kind of genius, but I don't think it was, because this movie's not that smart. When the girl peeks up and goes, "Thank God, Superman, you saved us." Really?
Really?
Okay.
Oh, thank God, Superman. Thank God you were here to save us. Thank God you were here to flatten our city for us, you dick.
Oh, man.
Arrogant asshole.
That's
just always been my personal opinion of Superman as a character. I haven't seen Man of Steel. I really had no reason to.
It is by far and away, my feelings of the movie aside, it's by far and away the most polarizing. Really one of the most polarizing movies I've seen since doing the site in terms of comic book movies. By far, way more than Dark Knight Rises is this movie.
That one was a little polarizing.
Yeah,
I do remember the comment boards being lit up for the.
I know. I kind of love Man of Steel now. Like that movie, that video got crazy hits.
Really, like
the most commented on video
my favorite movies that we end up doing, that we end up watching, that we end up reviewing, are the ones that, for better or for worse, piss off or delight. our audience so much that like they're just compulsed to go to the boards because God bless each and every one of you. Some of you just come up with some of the goofiest, funniest goddamn comments I have ever read before in my life.
Yeah,
and like when you guys start like just going like with that fearless keyboard warrior mentality, like I can say whatever the fuck I want because I'm behind a computer screen. You know, when you guys get that kind of just ballsiness going, you say just some of the most terrible, hurtful, horrible things to like us and other people, but it's so terrible and horrible that God damn it, I can't help but to laugh.
Same here. Like, I can take it. Like, you and I are both the same way.
Skin, like, you are not going to hurt me.
Yeah, like, we've all gotten annoyed by certain things on there, each and every one of us. But overall, like, when we did the Man of Steel re-review, it wasn't out of anger, it wasn't out of spite. It was done because, hey, we want in on this.
Yeah, we would have
honestly, yeah, we want to troll too.
We're not gonna let you fuckers have all the fun.
Yeah, look, I mean, we say horrible shit on here all the time, so it's only fair, honestly.
Yeah,
someone gets to say horrible things.
Someone's allowed to say horrible things.
You're right. I'm not. When I go through and dear God, that was the most vitriolic board ever. It got the most comments. Amazing. It got the most wow. Like I got death threats over that, and like I was like, that whole month was like riding a hurricane. Jesus Christ, over that.
Over that. Woo!
Hey, you know what? The movie's yours. If you're that passionate about it, if you love it that much,
we're not here to take that away from you.
I'm not gonna take it's yours,
like,
man.
A lot of people
it's
don't
yours.
Understand that. Like when we're doing these reviews, like we're not here to take these movies that, you know, let's say you liked some of these. We're not here to take that away from you whatsoever. We're not here to take away whatever movie-going experience that you have, even if we're poking fun at it. Because this is satire. This is supposed to be comedy. We're supposed to be making you people laugh. We're not actually that terrible of human beings. All right, well, I am. But everyone else is pretty much normal. So, like, I know personally, I've said some things doing these that are just...
Me too. I've said,
wow. Like, I know I have. I know I have.
Yeah.
So,
we all have.
So, like, because I don't really watch a lot of the videos because I don't have a computer. I watch all my shit through the PlayStation, so it doesn't play blip, but I can read the comments. The comments tell me pretty much like, you know, how the review went. And, like, when I went on Man of Steel, like, when you guys put it out, I was like, all right, 400 comments. Yes! This is going to be great. It's just going through there. It's like, death threat, death threat, death threat. Thank you.
Perfect. That's why we do this shit,
This is exactly why we do it. Then, like, you know, like when that one dude kind of lost his shit on like about me, Chris Conley was that?
Hey, Jake is angry too.
Fucking nowhere.
So that means that I should be allowed to send a death threat email message and call people Nazis.
Fuck, dude, I didn't say anything bad about you. I wasn't even involved in the conversation that was going on. I was just brought into it. Like shit like that. God, it is so fucking funny for me.
I have a sense of humor.
Just so much joy.
I do. I mean, I love giving shit. I love giving shit. I love taking shit. I give shit on the comments. I give shit in the videos, but you don't do it unless you have a sick thrill about it. I mean, quite honestly. Yeah, sure, you can get annoyed by stuff. Everyone does. Like, I've seen some stuff that annoys me. My only thing, like, in terms of Man of Steel, like, if you're gonna yell at me for not liking it, at least yell at me because of an actual reason I didn't like it. Granted, of course, the fake reasons are pretty funny.
Oh, those are great.
You get some good mileage out of that, but I mean, come on. Like, fuck. Don't be Josh Hadley.
No BFJs out there, all right? No more FJs going on out there.
Do you want to take a break?
Sure.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we got top 3.
Welcome back to hour 18 of our annual 24-hour
worst of list.
Worst of telethon. That is not a bad idea.
That is a terrible idea, Brad.
Look, we're joined by a Lloyd.
We're joined by Lloyd. Lloyd? You gonna say anything?
The one time he's silent.
Really?
These movies, he doesn't even want to look at us for
No,
talking
you know what?
about these
Here.
movies.
You look at this list. You look at it and be ashamed.
What are we at? Number 3?
We're at number 3.
What do you got?
I got Planes. Oh, wow.
That you just found out they're doing a Planes too.
Yeah. Why? What?
It's like Planes, Fire, and Rescue, I believe. I saw it on IMDb, and much like the first one, it looks like something that should be direct-to-fucking-video. I can only... I don't know, I mentioned this a little bit. I can only guess that they were made concurrently with each other, or back-to-back. I don't even know that movie was that big of a fucking hit.
I saw it.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that movie was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't. Like, it was... Like, just watching it looks like a direct-to-DVD movie. Not as bad as, let's say Oogie Loves, but still very obviously should have just been a direct-to-DVD. Like an obvious spin-off from Cars.
Was it...
And they didn't use my Jet Setter idea.
No, they decided to do Planes 2 instead of Jet Setters.
Fucking assholes.
What did you end up thinking was worse? That or that movie or Cars? The Cars movies?
Planes.
Planes was worse?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if the Larry the Cable Guy factor would...
I'm factoring that in.
Yeah.
The first Cars had too much Larry the Cable Guy, but it still was all right.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it. It wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, oh boy, that one was a train wreck.
Yeah.
Way too much Larry the Cable Guy. They made the entire movie about him.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a strong enough or a good enough secondary character to warrant that.
This was Dane Cook?
Was Dane Cook
Okay.
as the plane, the crop duster, and then
With the Heart of Gold.
with the heart of gold. He just had just that heart of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Never say die. Oh God, that just everything about that movie.
Just a punch to the gut.
It really is. Like,
Yeah. Did it look like something that shouldn't be released theatrically? Did it look and feel like a direct-to-video movie?
very
Because
much.
which I think that was, seems like I read where that was the intent in the first place, but I was wondering if that was the vibe even in watching the entire movie.
Yeah, that was very much the vibe. I mean, like I said, the vibe wasn't as strong as it was for Oogie.
Well, that's a whole other...
That's a whole other ballpark of bullshit.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like, for a spin-off, Planes was still pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's like the Joey spin-off from Friends.
Okay, yeah.
Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Just no.
It's the plane. He's moved to LA to become an actor.
Yeah.
He's there with his nephew, the kid from Road Trip. And Adriana from The Sopranos for some reason. Man, well, I'll be at the second one with you this year.
You gotta make sure you watch the first one or you're gonna be lost.
Oh, like I was lost in Smurfs too.
Yeah. See, dude, you didn't watch the first one. You had no idea what was going on in that one. Planes was just... Everything about that was just stupid. They had more underwater scenes with the cars with breathing apparatuses.
Oh, okay,
It's that little shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's flying this cross the world race. That's what the big race is, and the thing is one of those endurance flights. And like he's flying over the ocean, he gets stuck in this terrible storm, and there's like the huge rogue waves and whatnot. And he gets swallowed up by one of them, but luckily somebody finds him and pulls him out.
Yeah.
That kind of, and like when they go under, they're wearing like a breathing tube.
Mm-hmm.
why? Just why? No, just why? Mm-hmm. At least, I mean, the only thing that Planes has to go for is that at least nobody died like they did in Cars 2.
There wasn't as much death and destruction in
that
it.
One.
Falls off the pier. Well, my number 3's got death in it. My number 3 is The Host. That was the night everyone lost, because that was the night that Dave and Brian were at Tyler Perry's Temptation. The Host was... There's nothing that could have prepared me for that. Absolutely nothing. And I've seen all the Twilight movies. On midnight screenings, I've seen every single goddamn one of those things. And the Host was like a whole other level of bad. Like, it was... I don't even know how to describe it. It's a post-apocalyptic movie that makes the argument that, yeah, the human race should have been wiped out. Look, and completely unintentionally, too, because holy shit, are the aliens much better human beings than the actual people in this. It has the same kind of shit that I've seen in other Stephenie Meyer adaptations, in that, sometimes she creates interesting worlds. Say, for instance, Twilight, where you had, like, Civil War vampires at one point, with, what's his name, Harpo's backstory.
Oh, yeah.
And, the one girl who was, like, a bride, and then on her wedding day was, I don't know what came first, this or Kill Bill, in terms of the book, but, it was like a Victorian age revenge story, like, with her on her wedding night getting killed, and then she's a vampire and comes back for revenge. Like, that's just a 5-minute backstory, and I'm sitting there like, this is way more fascinating than every fucking thing we've seen in this. And then you have this movie, The Host, that has these aliens that you probably could have made an interesting story out of, but it's a movie about a girl who's arguing back and forth telepathically with the alien who's taken over her body, and her real subconscious is fucking arguing with her because she's jealous that she's kissing her fucking boyfriend. That same fucking tweeny bopper romance shit, and I don't get... It's like having Nicholas Sparks write an adaptation of Blade Runner. Like, it makes no goddamn fucking sense that this shit is in this... I'm 20 minutes into this goddamn thing of her audibly yelling telepathically at the alien girl, "No, hey, you stop that, icky, gross, that's my boyfriend." I lean over to Sarah, because I know of course she's read it, like, that's why she was there. I leaned over to her and I'm like, "Is the book this goddamn stupid?" And she's like, "Not this stupid." The only relatively intelligent thing about that goddamn movie is that the aliens, who, by the way, are defeated at the end because they're massaged out of people's necks with the power of love. Like, they're gently coaxed out of a slit in the back of their neck, and they're these little, like, jellyfish-looking creatures. That's how the fucking human race is saved at the end of the goddamn movie.
You mean to tell me as a massage therapist,
you have the power.
I have the power to save the human race.
You do.
You motherfuckers think about that.
Yeah, if it's going to be a Stephenie Meyer apocalypse.
I have the power. Then a Stephenie Meyer apocalypse to save every single one of you. Now the ball is in Jake's court.
Well, that wasn't the one kind of clever thing. It wasn't that. But the one kind of clever thing is that when the aliens took over, they totally get rid of, like, any kind of product placement or brand names. So, like, when they go to the store, it's just in big, bold letters, store. Like, it's
that's
that,
cool.
like, all
like
over
that.
the place. I was like, wow, you could make interesting satire there, but sorry, I'm too busy finding out about this tweeny bopper love triangle with a fucking alien. Man, that movie was...
Did they show the boyfriend putting the girlfriend in the closet and beating the fuck out of her?
That's what I fucking mean. Like, everyone in this colony who this alien goes to are beating the shit out of her. They try just drowning her at one point. it's made clearly obvious she doesn't know what's going on. Like, it's not like they're doing this to a killer. She doesn't know what's going on. That's what I mean. Like, this movie is providing no argument for the human race, because they're all just sociopaths. They're all straight up fucking murderers. And more so than the aliens, who are, by all accounts, genocidal. And they're the second worst things in this movie.
Right.
That was it. That was The Host. And I haven't seen Temptation, but I would rather, if you were to ask me if I want to sit through Temptation or I want to sit through The Host again, I'm going to watch Temptation, because at least it's undiscovered territory.
Well, you got a point there.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
I really don't want to see either one of those, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Let's see. My number 2 was Smurfs 2.
Why?
Oh, boy.
We got naked in that video. That video trended on Blit for like 2 months.
Yeah, I know. It did. Well, I mean, it was by far the sexiest Smurf review on the internet. I'm willing to bet.
By far.
By far. I mean, doing the review was all right, but the movie
was
itself was woof. Oh, wow. Just wow.
It was.
It didn't make me as mad as the first one, because they made the first one a second time. So
yeah, it's on my same fucking logic with fucking Movie 43 Starving Games and that shit.
You know, it's like I wasn't as upset or as angry after Smurfs 2, because I saw Smurfs, and effectively speaking, they made the exact same fucking movie.
Yeah.
Really the exact same movie.
Mm-hmm.
Only difference is that the 3 Smurfs that get teleported into the real world are 2 different than the first, or 1 different than the first one.
Yeah.
I think. First one was functional retard Smurf.
Yeah.
Grumpy Smurf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Papa.
Papa
Smurf.
And this one was functional retard Smurf.
Yeah.
Grumpy was there again, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Grumpy was there. And then Vanity.
And, Vanity, and don't forget about Jillian Smurf.
Oh yeah, Jillian Smurf.
Jillian Smurf was in this.
I forgot. I forgot.
She wondered why she kept getting so many emails about that after we reviewed them. Like, what the fuck?
As me, I can't help it. The evil Smurf looks like Jillian.
It was Jillian.
It was Jillian Smurf. I'm so sorry. I mean that with all the love, but it looked exactly like Jillian.
It was Jillian.
It was holy shit, it's Jillian Smurf.
Mm-hmm. It was totally 100% Jillian Smurf. That movie, like, technically speaking, was bad.
Mm-hmm. The concept of it, the humor, the comedy, the timing, the pace, everything about this movie was just off. Everything about it was just bad.
And some of the ill-placed puns in it. Now, I don't have the hatred for puns that you have, but in this one, when the duck is freed, or no, the duck is freeing other ducks from a restaurant so they don't get eaten, he's referred to as Martin Luther Wing. Martin Luther Wing. Yeah! That's right up there with that fucking Oogie Loves, with that J. Edgar, the Hoover vacuum.
The Hoover
vacuum. Okay.
God. I forgot about the Martin Luther Wing comment.
Yeah.
But, it's... Boy, that... really just don't like that. Mm-hmm. Which is now going to be a 3-part.
Yeah, it's still getting another one.
I don't like this trilogy, Brad. I'm already in movie 2. I don't think I'm going to be a fan of this overall.
That's all right. The kids need their own version of the Hangover trilogy in terms of quality.
Of course. And watching the same movie 3 times in a row.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, they're giving it another one, even though it's... it must have made its... I guess it made its money back. I know that it didn't make nearly as much as the first one did, but it must have fucking made enough to where they're giving it another goddamn sequel. It was funny seeing Hank Azaria on The Daily Show promoting this, because that was when Jon Stewart was gone and John Oliver was sub-hosting, and John Oliver, I believe, was Vanity, and he's one of them. I think he was Vanity. I think he was Vanity. He was one of them anyway. And Hank Azaria was there to promote Lovelace. Which is good. That was my favorite movie of the year. He was there to promote Lovelace, and at the end, John Oliver says, like, and both of us are in Smurfs 2 together. We're both in the movie. He goes, Lovelace, it's great, it's fantastic. Haven't seen Smurfs 2, but I assume it's also great. And Hank Azaria, literally, this is his reaction. He's, okay, sure. So,
oh my lord.
Sorry, Hank.
I love you, Hank.
He was in Lovelace, though, so that's cool.
He was in Godzilla. That's what makes him cool. Good.
Oh, yeah. He does have that great scene in Godzilla where he flips his shit out because he was this close to getting squashed.
Hell yeah! I love that Godzilla movie.
I defend that movie.
I defend it too.
I'm gonna fucking lose some people on this one, but I don't give a shit. Like,
whatever. That
movie
thing is a guilty pleasure for me. It really is. I love that movie. It's so stupid.
It's a terrible Godzilla film, but if I can easily watch that as just a movie that's a fucking monster in New York tearing shit up. I can watch it because of that.
Yeah.
I can, if you take Godzilla out of it, and hell, even if you factor in the continuity of Godzilla Final Wars and just consider him Zilla and not Godzilla, there you go. All right, it's a movie about Zilla.
Yeah,
okay,
whatever.
All right.
It's still a monster destroying New York City.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
It's got a scene where they use gumballs to make the tiny,
to make the little one
slip and fall on their asses. Like, I can't get mad at that.
How can you get mad at this?
I can't fucking get mad at that. I cannot get mad at the fact that throughout this whole movie they kept losing him.
This fucking
where'd he go?
giant lizard is like as tall as the skyscrapers, and they keep fucking losing him. Mm-hmm. Or her. Technically, it was a her.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Because there was that stupid joke about it, about how it reproduced and shit. That's one I can watch. Terrible Godzilla movie, but I can watch it. I can watch. I probably lost so many people on that one. I don't fucking care. Whatever. I like some. I just fucking see how much I like fast food. I like some garbage. That movie's garbage.
That movie is garbage, and I like.
That movie's garbage that I can have every once in a while. And my number 2 is just trash. Is just garbage that is just a sack full of fucking shit, and I'm not gonna go anywhere fucking near. Now Godzilla is kind of like it's fast food garbage. I don't mind putting that in my body. I know it's gonna kill me someday, but this movie is just the garbage that some asshole threw a carton of fucking cyanide in, and I don't fucking. It's fucking Grudge Match. That's my fucking number 2. Just there. That's my fucking review of the goddamn movie. That was me sitting through that goddamn thing, beating myself in the head with my own fucking hat. Grudgement Day. It's fucking Grudgement Day. But, man, okay, it wasn't goddamn funny, and this is the kind of goddamn movie that it has a running gag in it about a character whose name is BJ. Has a running gag about a character whose name is BJ, and then it has this stupid little kid moment where he wonders why the name is so fucking funny, and they tell him it's because it means butterscotch jelly beans. So, Daddy, I hope I have 50 of those when I get older. You're gonna need to get a little older for that one. So he can get chocolate wasted. I hated everything about that goddamn movie. And honestly, synopsis-wise, I don't think it could have been that bad if they had a fucking smart person fucking behind it, writing the script, directing it, whatever. You could have had a movie about 2 aged boxers who come out of the retirement, and okay, sure, one of them's Stallone, sure, one of them is Robert De Niro. You didn't need an entire goddamn movie reminding us of the better boxing movies that they were in. That's his whole fucking movie. He's fucking drinking eggs at one point, and Alan Arkin's like, oh, that looks gross. He's fucking in the freezer, and he's gonna punch meat, and, oh, we're just here for breakfast. Like, what the fuck are you doing in the freezer? And it turns out Stallone's blind in one eye, which that fight would not happen because of that. But anyway, so when he gets cut at the end, it's okay, this time you don't have to cut me. And then fucking De Niro is just eating and drinking throughout it because he played Jake LaMotta. First of all, we already wrote this goddamn
I was
movie.
just about ready to say that, dude. We wrote Grudge Match when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Only our version was much more hilarious.
Our version was darker. Our version was much darker. It was
Why didn't we do the Raging BS? That was the name of the movie.
It was called Raging BS. And we fucking wrote this movie
wanted to do that
as a class project. We didn't make it because we didn't have time. But we wrote it.
It was actually for my film class. It was for the film class that I was in that we were. we wrote it. We filmed like a half.
We filmed one scene.
A scene maybe.
We filmed one scene.
Oh my god!
The movie was about.
It was bad.
It was spoof. It was a spoof. This movie's not a spoof. It's just trying to be cute. The one we wrote, it was like a 15-minute spoof that was about a group of Rocky guys, fans of Rocky, and a group of Raging Bull guys.
Fans.
And they were debating on which is the better movie, so they were going to settle it in the boxing ring. So they each train via what their movies were like. So the Rocky guy is actually training, and he's talking like Rocky, and he's doing the things Rocky did. And meanwhile, the Raging Bull guy just makes himself fat and starts beating his wife. Like, it's a little darker than
like
Grudge
the training montage of the the other dude was just, I don't even remember who the hell we were gonna. Oh wait, no, it was me.
You were the.
I was the Raging Bull.
All of your scenes.
All of my scenes were in black and white. And all of my training montages involved me like eating a bowl of cereal and watching TV.
A big turkey.
Yeah, like a big turkey, like stupid eating shit. While like we had a female actress like acting like my wife, which I would occasionally beat. And then like I think one of the training montages I was playing Punch Out on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
While the
eating like pizza, or like a waffle sandwich or Jimmy Dean pancake wrapped sausage on a stick, just drinking, like all of your shots were in black and white, and you're just punch this girl, and then the Rocky guy's like, that's your sister, man. That's my sister. And then it ended with the fight that just turned into like the ending of Blazing Saddles, where they all just start running down the street.
We start running down the street because other professional boxers in this scenario showed up.
Yeah.
To like, I don't remember why.
I remember why. It was because fan bases from other boxing movies showed up.
That's what it was.
Like, there was a group of girls who were a huge fan of the movie Girl Fight. And, like, some other boxing movies, too. Like, the other fan base showed up. So it was this rumble that ended with them just running down the street in pandemonium, basically. Your character gets trampled over, and then the script is like,
the script. Here is how I am supposed to act with one of Brad's scripts. Like, literally, this is what it said when I read it. Raging Bull guy runs away. Raging Bull guy gets trampled. He looks dead.
And that was it.
That was it. Next scene. I was like, whoa, wait, really? This is all I get?
And then it ended. The last part of this was Ryan in his office. It was Ryan in his office.
Like a smoking jacket?
A smoking jacket, pipe, and he's looking out the window where all of this is going on down the street. Like, it shows everyone run by, and Ryan's in his office. He looks at the camera and says, and as it says in Isaiah...
Like, what we did was, like, we opened the Bible... And we just picked,
boom,
like, bam, say this one. Mm-hmm. And, like, what's really funny about that is that
it was strangely the
random one that we picked out of the Bible it actually was kind of appropriate to what we were talking about.
It had the phrase "be strong," and it was from Isaiah, I think, and that was right. It's like suddenly the movie just turned, like, it was it was not genuine. It was us being assholes. It wasn't being genuinely religious. It was just us being smartasses, and that's how it ended with him reading.
That's how it ended. The opening shot of this entire movie, like when we were doing the opening credits, was going to be like I drop a leaf. Over, like we had this like bicycle trail, and there was like this old cool looking wooden bridge. So what me and Ryan were going to do is I was going to drop a leaf, and in the black and white on his boom, he was just going to slowly follow the leaf as it fell, like as he was like zooming in on it, and it was just a tumbling little leaf until it landed into the water, and then it said raging BS. Oh my god, that was a funny project.
Way better than Grudge Match.
Better.
I need to ask Ryan if he still has that script.
Oh god, I hope so.
I don't know. I
also want my copy of Boggy Creek.
That's a short movie that I'll bug Ryan about and see about posting online.
That actually ended up being my film project. Was Search for Boggy Creek.
Oh yeah, that was what we replaced. Yeah, I'll see if that one is still around. I'm sure
I
Ryan
had a VHS copy of it somewhere.
Well, here we have, what we're going to do right now is look at ones that didn't quite make the cut before we get to number one. Before we get to number one, we're going to name a few titles just really quickly that just didn't make the cut, but goddamn it still sucked. Which ones do you have?
I have Oz the Great and Powerful. It was just poor execution. I just couldn't get behind that movie at all.
Yeah.
The Franco smile the entire time.
Yeah.
This one probably should have made my list, but I made this like 30 seconds before we hit record. Was Warm Bodies. Yeah. Like, looking back on it, I would take Monsters University out and put Warm Bodies in. Because the zombie apocalypse is not saved by the power of love.
Yeah. It's not the aliens from...
oh yeah, no, it's not the host, alright? Yeah. You can get behind those. Those are aliens. Maybe you just don't know what love is.
Gently massage the zombies out of them.
But Warm Bodies.
You guys are pretty annoyed by that.
Teeny popper, same style as Twilight, as host, as any of that bullshit. Just stupid masturbatory shit for preteen girls.
Oh, I've got on mine, just real quick, ones that you probably thought were going to be on here but aren't. After Earth. After Earth's not on here because, god damn it, like, me, Brian, and everyone in the theater just had a great time laughing at the movie. Like, everyone there knew it was a piece of shit. We were all cracking up at all the stupid shit that happened, so I didn't regret that experience, so it's not on there. Smurfs 2 is not on mine, even though it was vying for a number 10 spot. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and if this movie had come out later in the year and I had a more recent memory of it, maybe it'd be on there, but right now, that movie is just in one ear and out the other for me. It was just what I thought it was going to be going in. I'm not that passionate about how I didn't like it. It was horrible. It was less, filmmaking-wise, it was less fucking competent than I thought it was going to be. Like, it did not look like a fucking movie or feel like one. That surprised me. But other than that, it was just what I thought it was going to be. You're Next, which is a movie that pissed me off, but I can say more good things about that than I can other movies on this list. It wasn't horribly made. Some of the effects were okay. The soundtrack was fine. It had a really good lead character. The main girl in the movie was really fucking good. The movie was too goddamn in-jokey for me. I didn't think it did it well. Only God Forgives. That's one that people are probably surprised isn't on mine, considering how much it pissed me off when I saw it. But again, I can say better things about this movie than I can the movies that actually are on the list. It is well made. It's visually very striking. The music is very good. You could watch a select 5 minutes of this movie and think you're watching a pretty good movie, but hauled together, it's so not. And the other one is 47 Ronin, which, had I not seen Grudge Match directly afterwards, this might have been on my list. It probably would have, but Grudge Match really put what a true bad movie is into perspective. 47 Ronin is, along with The Host and After Earth, the three most uniquely bad movies I saw of the year. Because 47 Ronin is... Keanu Reeves is Godfrey Hode into the movie. He's not originally supposed to be in this. They just shoehorned him into the movie. 80% of the time, he's not on screen with anybody. He's just there. It's crazy. Like, Pierre Kirby has more to do with Thunder the Gigantic Serpent than Keanu Reeves has with this movie. And it was a $200 million disaster with a monster that looks like the Big Mixer. But it was funny. Like, this is right for a bad movie party, along with After Earth. So, it didn't quite make my list. And now we're at number 1. So... What is your number 1? I'm trying to guess, and I don't know.
Walking with Dinosaurs.
Worst movie of the year, Walking with Dinosaurs. Don't tell Nick, you'll make him cry.
I fucking tried to tell Nick. You tried to tell Nick. Why am I doing this if nobody is going to heed my advice?
Here's what happened. Do you want to tell the story, or should I, since you saw the movie, or should I tell the story about what Nick did?
Nick decided to take his little boy out to go see a movie. His first movie ever seeing in a movie theater. Nick was going to go take him out. So Nick asks Brad, "Hey, I'm taking my son out to go see his the very first movie he's ever seen in a movie theater. Should I go to Walking with Dinosaurs, or should I go to Frozen?" Brad immediately said, "Frozen."
Frozen, dude.
Just hands down, Frozen. If you would have asked me, Frozen. Frozen. I've seen both of them. Walking with Dinosaurs is no bueno. Go see Frozen.
Frozen's a damn good fucking movie.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed Frozen. Motherfucker took his kid to Walking with Dinosaurs.
Why did you even ask me? That's seriously what I was thinking, because he updated his Facebook about it with a picture of him and the boy in the theater, and I'm like, we're Walking with Dinosaurs. What the fuck? Why did you fucking ask me? And he was like, oh, well, I mean, dinosaurs, and the kid liked it. I'm like, Nick, you could have dangled keys in front of his face for 90 minutes. He probably would have liked it. You could have just at least given him a better movie to see as his first movie. Because in about 15 years, he's going to be really mad at you for
He's
that.
going to be incredibly pissed. Like, you seriously took me into that garbage. First movie I ever saw was Walking with motherfucking Dinosaurs. Man.
I had easy with that. The first movie I was apparently in the theater for was National Lampoon's Vacation. Fuck yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I honestly don't remember.
I have no memory of that, but
yeah. Well, I was never told. I do know that the first music concert I ever went to was an AC/DC concert.
Mine was Huey Lewis.
Was it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it was Huey Lewis.
That's awesome. Yeah, my mom was like 8 months pregnant with me when she went to an AC/DC concert.
So the voices were that bad.
Oh, dude, it rips you out of it.
I mean, I knew bad, but worst movie of the year.
Look, bad voice acting is one thing. Having irritating characters is one thing.
Yeah.
The characters... I like the dinosaur characters more than, let's say, the characters that I saw from, the Slugs, for example.
Oh, sure.
But the Slugs were supposed to talk.
Yeah.
The Slugs are supposed to talk, and the fact that they're comic relief, I'm okay if they have odd voices, or maybe, what they ended up being. Walking with Dinosaurs, when it was first pimped out, when the trailers first came out, there was no voice over, period. There was none. There was a beautiful musical score. There was fantastic cinematography going. Yeah. 3D looked great. Everything was just saying, this is the dinosaur movie. They have finally done it.
The movie that they've been trying to do for years.
They've been trying to do for the past 30, 20, however many years. They're finally going to do it. And this is why I don't go into movies anymore with any kind of expectations. Because, like, I used to... Like, when I pick a movie to go see personally, I'll still have expectations, you know?
Yeah.
But when, you know, I get the phone call, hey, buddy... like
it's always, hey, buddy.
It's like, hey, buddy. There goes my expectations. Like, this one, I maintained high hopes for this. Like, personal high hopes. Everybody loves dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Everybody loves dinosaurs. And so, I thought, you know, here it is. Here's the dinosaur movie I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Music, dinosaurs, tell me a story. Great. Then I got the second trailer.
Yeah.
And that was the trailer
and,
where I was like, oh no.
There's me. I'm the runt of the litter.
I'm the runt of the litter. It's hard being small sometimes.
Shit.
God damn it.
Poop shower.
Poop shower.
One? Yeah.
And
Poop
so,
shower
like,
was one.
So the second round of teasers that they sent out had the baby dinosaur talking. Showed some of the other dinosaurs, but only he was talking. They showed the bird, they showed his brother, he was the only one who was talking. And in that trailer, halfway through it, they cut off all voice acting.
Yeah.
All voiceover is done, then it's the coming this, you know, it's the narrator doing that part.
Yeah.
But even when, you know, other movies have, you know, coming this summer, they're still, you know, talking and whatnot going on. Like, they completely ended all voice acting in this trailer.
Yeah.
Like, he was, like, coming up soon, but then it was still just music, pictures, dinosaurs doing dinosaur things. And so, like, at that moment, like, I went, oh, I don't know, I honestly have no idea now what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Is this going to happen or not? Because please don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Because those voice acting sounded horrible.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Fucking added it. Not only did they add it just as stupid as what the fuck it was. It got the little baby dinosaur ends up being the narrator through the entire thing. He's the most irritating modern voice possible. Just possible. And then the older brother also talks in the movie. The older dinosaur brother, who's just a fucking dick. Don't like him.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then there's John Leguizamo, Mexican bird. Those three people talk.
Was Justin Long?
I don't know.
One of the.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. But, like, when they start. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. There was a girl. There was a girl. The love interest.
Yeah.
Like when they start talking, it's so jarring to hear that coming from those dinosaurs, because it's all telepathic speech, of course.
Yeah.
You know, their mouths aren't moving because they made it with the intention of them not talking.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah?
Hey, come here.
Hey, you get over here, you son of a bitch.
Hold on 1 second. My pizza's go to the bathroom.
Get in here. We're talking about you. Come on. Come on.
Yes.
Do you agree with Jake that the worst movie of the year was Walking with Dinosaurs?
What I saw, yes.
That was my number one.
See, now you know what you should have done. You should have listened to us.
You should have listened.
You should have listened to us and gone and seen the Snowman movie.
I should have.
Notice that Frozen's not on my list.
Okay.
Alright, get out now. We're done with you.
We'll take it and see Walking with Dinosaurs again in a minute. Don't let him lie.
But like the voices are so out of place and so just, it's just so jarring to hear them.
Because their lips aren't moving,
because
right?
like the lips aren't moving,
okay.
And the voices, they don't feel like they match the atmosphere that's being projected in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like it doesn't fit. And that's what infuriated me the most about that movie, and that's why it's my number one, because it genuinely like brought up old rage.
I can see that.
Like,
especially to take something that, regardless of that quality to it, that's done horribly, it is doing it to a movie that otherwise probably could have been fine.
Otherwise would have been a fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. It would have been a really good... And I didn't even mind the fact, like, they could have had narration. They really could have.
Sure, like
but
a
they just
March of the Penguins.
March of the Penguins,
yeah.
but use somebody who's speaking like I am.
Yeah.
In a normal conversational...
Yeah.
You know, maybe try to portray some information or something like that, but not... Gee willikers, guys! I sure wish I could play within your little group of friends. Well, you can't play over here because I'm bigger than you.
We need to make sure that Dino Dolph cannot play any more dinosaur games. That was a stupid thing I just said.
It sure was.
No, they went for it like that. Like,
okay.
That's remaking Rudolph. Well, I don't even... Everyone knows what my number one is. Everyone knows what my fucking number one movie's gonna be. Fuck, you probably know what it's gonna be. Yeah, it's fucking Die Hard 5. It's a good day to die hard. Saw it last fucking March or whatever. Still the worst. The closest I ever came to just leaning over to Brian and saying, "Do you want to just leave?" It was, I'm not even kidding. It was, I came this close. And then one of the motherfuckers in the movie said, "We need to get to Chernobyl." What? Let's see where this goes. It's gonna be bad. I want to see what the journey's gonna be like. That apparently has only taken a few hours to get to Chernobyl from fucking Moscow, where the fuck the movie started out. This movie, I can literally say no good things about this movie. Not in the direction, because it's fucking shaky cam shit. You can't tell what in the fuck is going on. Not in acting at all. This movie makes good actors look terrible. Like, I don't think Jai Courtney's that bad. He's horrible in this. Bruce Willis is he's even trying. The script is nothing. The entire dialogue is just the father and son bickering at each other with father-son analogies. Like, it's like someone took a couple of the father and son jokes from Last Crusade, which in that movie were funny, but it's like people took a couple of those and just decided that that's what the whole fucking movie is. It's just that between the two of them. Like, the bad guy's hugging his fucking daughter, and they're standing there like, "Why can't we be that kind of family?" "Oh, but we're not the hugging family." That's it! The whole fucking dialogue is that. Well, and aside from that, even like just personally offending me as a Die Hard movie. Because Die Hard, there's a reason it's called one of the greatest action movies ever made. Because it fucking is. That movie is symphonic in how perfect it is as an action movie. And to have this, like, not even like looking at Death Wish compared to Death Wish 5, it's not even that bad. Like, or Death Wish 5 isn't even as bad as this fucking movie is. Like, the giant leap in quality is worse than that. Is worse than going from Raiders to Crystal Skull. Is not as bad as the leap from Die Hard and the leap to this. And dear God, I made the fucking mistake of watching Die Hard right before I went to go see this piece of shit. So I should have done what Brian did and watch it afterwards. Man, I wanted to cry. Because it's not even fucking John McClane anymore. It's a guy who... The beauty of Die Hard, one of the many beauteous things about Die Hard, is that it's a regular guy who's in the mix of this high-octane action sequence. Like, when he gets hurt, he's hurt. When he has to do something dangerous, he's scared. When he's on the roof at the end of Die Hard and is going to jump off, he's like literally praying. He's legitimately scared he's going to die because he's not a cartoon. He's a real guy who's put in this giant action movie situation. Same thing in the second one. Same thing in the third one. The fourth one got cartoonish, but This movie, this movie makes the fourth one look like the first one. This movie has him fucking dangling from a fucking semi-truck that itself is dangling from a helicopter that swings him into a glass fucking building that he just fucking brushes right the fuck off of him. Sorry, I fucking... Wait, don't eat the cord. Sorry, I've fucking seen what glass does to John McClane. He doesn't fucking brush it off. So, if you want to see more about it, Film Brain is going to be doing an episode on Die Hard 5. Watch that, because it's going to be fucking beautiful, because he loves the first one as much as I love the first one. Fuck, even some other things on this, like, if you really want to see how much I hate Man of Steel, watch the Honest Trailers review of Man of Steel. Like, yeah, there's plenty more Die Hard 5 glorious bashing that'll be coming up. That, by far and away, is the goddamn worst thing that I fucking sat through this year.
So that movie is one I should pick up, the Die Hard?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because you know I haven't seen any of those, right?
So, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here talking like, hey, you know that scene, right? I just spoiled the entire movie for you.
You're not the only person to spoil that movie for me. Like, it's one of those movies where people will start to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Automatically assuming I've seen it.
Watch Die Hard.
Like people
you'll love Die Hard.
I know,
You will fucking love Die Hard. And
I have nothing against it, I'm just not the biggest movie watcher.
Yeah, I've got movies like that you'd think that I'd have seen, but for some reason I haven't.
Like Die Hard, I've never seen. Aliens, I've never seen those.
Wow.
There's another incredibly popular one that people like look at me like I'm...
See Lethal Weapon?
I missed the first one, but I got all the other ones.
Oh, okay. You ever watch fucking Lethal Weapon? Shit.
Yeah, I've seen the Lethal Weapons.
But yet you've seen Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I've seen
all
Walking
this other
with Dinosaurs.
Stupid shit.
I've seen We're Back, A Dinosaur's Tale. I've seen pretty much any dinosaur movie, children-wise, that's ever come out. It's just, like, not Die Hard, not Aliens.
You would love Die Hard. Letty hadn't seen...
Rambo! That's what it is.
What, First Blood or any of them?
Seen... I saw, like, the last one. That's the only...
the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
that's the only Rambo I've ever seen, period.
Those are worth it. Those are totally fucking worth it.
Those are probably worth it.
And, well, 3 is... But, yeah, like, Letty hadn't seen the original Die Hard, and she was, God bless her, she was with us, of course she was with us at Die Hard 5, because Brian talks her into going to see all, so she was at Die Hard 5, and she straight up didn't want to watch the first one. Die Hard 5. She was like, I'm not fucking watching, she's sitting there like, really? This is the fucking shit you guys have been raving about? And so Brian's sitting there like, honey, do you think if the first one was like this, 1, it'd have sequels, and 2, that I would have loved it?
Yes.
And,
that second part is very plausible with Brian. He got mad at me because I have yet to watch Executive Koala.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised I don't watch that one yet either.
Well,
I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
I need to watch it.
I
need to watch that with a group of people.
Oh yeah, fucking Executive Koala.
Executive Koala will fall on Blaxploitation Night.
Well, I'm gonna take a few hours and get this video rendered, get this bad boy posted so they can yell at us.
So we can hurry up and read all the comments and be like, man, I watched that for all 3.5 hours it was worth. That was long! You know, at any time you could have hit, I don't want to watch this no more.
We'll get yelled at for the video. Okay. Not on. I think they've stopped yelling at us on my site for these videos being too long. On that guy, we might.
Oh yeah, on that guy with the glasses.
We might get yelled at.
We might get yelled at. We get yelled at a lot more on that. I get yelled at a lot more on that website.
I get yelled at on both of them. But at this point on my side, you guys are just used to these videos.
Yeah, so like at least when it's on your site, you know, it's our fan base, so they're you know, this like second year, whatever year we've been doing this. This is not the first time we put out an hour and a half long.
This ain't my first time to the rodeo.
This ain't my first time at a rodeo, boy. Go ahead, yell at us. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not going to change anything. It's going to be a really long review if you don't want to watch it. And then you're going to be really mad at the fact that I just now told you at the end of our review that this review
This video is going to be really long, alright? I'm just saying. For those of you skipping to the end.
No, we're still going.
Yeah.
Like, this will continue to go. Like, we made the joke earlier about a 24-hour telethon. Ain't no joke. Like, we're going to sit here for the next... Brad's going to sit here for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
And ask for your... I don't. No,
You're not going to stay here with me for the 24 hours?
I still haven't beat the Grand Theft Auto yet.
Oh, that's true.
I need to finish that storyline.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So we can fucking talk about it and shit.
Hells yeah, I'm almost done with it.
Alright, so we'll be back with hour 23. Alright, thanks for listening to us ramble. See you guys.
Bye. Love you all.